Have you ever noticed how, even when life finally gets calm, something inside you starts to itch? Like the silence is just too loud. Like peace feels unfamiliar somehow. You tell yourself, this is what I wanted. But somehow you find yourself overthinking, picking fights, procrastinating, or creating problems that didn't even exist yesterday. It's confusing, isn't it? Why would anyone run from peace and back into chaos? The truth is, chaos doesn't just happen to us. For many people, chaos becomes home. Not because it's comfortable, but because it's familiar. Think about where patterns begin. Most of us were shaped in environments we didn't choose. Maybe you grew up in a household where emotions were unpredictable. One moment things were fine, the next tension filled the room. Maybe love came with conditions. Maybe attention only came when something went wrong. Over time, your brain started to learn something powerful. Chaos equals normal. Your nervous system adapted. It got used to adrenaline, to uncertainty, to constantly being on edge. So even as you grow older and step into calmer environments, your body doesn't recognize it as safe. It recognizes it as strange. Here's where it gets deeper. The human brain is wired for survival, not happiness. And survival depends on what's predictable, not what's peaceful. So if chaos was your normal, your mind builds its identity around it. You might not consciously want drama, stress, or instability. But subconsciously, you know how to navigate it. You know how to react. You know how to cope. You know who you are inside it. But peace? Peace requires a version of you that you may not have fully met yet. That's why calm can feel uncomfortable. In chaos, you're distracted. In chaos, you're reacting. In chaos, you don't have time to sit with yourself, but in stillness, everything surfaces. Your thoughts, your fears, your insecurities, the emotions you've been outrunning for years. And suddenly, peace doesn't feel peaceful anymore. It feels like exposure. So, what do people do? Well, they recreate what they know. They chase unavailable partners. They stay in toxic environments. They sabotage opportunities just as things start going well. They fill their schedules with stress and, call it productivity. Not because they're broken, but because they're conditioned. Because chaos feels like something they can understand. But here's the part most people don't talk about. Outgrowing chaos can feel like losing a part of yourself. When you start choosing peace, you might feel bored. You might feel empty. You might even question if something is missing. That's not a sign you're going backward. That's a sign your system is recalibrating. You're learning a new way to exist, a way where you don't have to fight to feel alive. Let's be honest, chaos can be addictive. It gives you spikes of emotion, anger, excitement, urgency. It tricks you into feeling needed, important, or in control. Peace is quieter. It doesn't demand your attention. It doesn't pull you in with intensity. It simply exists. And if you've spent years associating intensity with meaning, then peace can feel like nothingness. But peace isn't empty. It's just, unfamiliar. It's waking up without anxiety sitting on your chest. It's relationships where you don't have to overthink every word. It's progress that doesn't come with burnout. It's silence that doesn't feel threatening. It's stability. And stability, for someone used to chaos, can feel like standing on ground that's just too still. So, how do you break the cycle? First, you have to recognize it. Notice the moments when things are going well, and you feel the urge to disrupt it. Pause. Ask yourself, am I responding to reality or to what I'm used to? Second, learn to sit with discomfort. Not all discomfort is bad, you know. There's the discomfort of chaos, which drains you, and there's the discomfort of growth, which transforms you. Peace might feel uncomfortable at first, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. It means it's new. Third, redefine what normal means for you. Normal doesn't have to be stress. It doesn't have to be emotional roller coasters. It doesn't have to be constantly fixing, chasing, or surviving. Normal can be calm. Normal can be steady. Normal can be soft. But you have to give yourself permission to believe that. And finally, be patient with yourself. You're not just changing habits. You're rewiring patterns that were built over years. You're teaching your mind and body that safety doesn't have to come with tension, that love doesn't have to come with pain, that success doesn't have to come with exhaustion. Because at the end of the day, chaos feels like home, not because it's where you belong, but because it's where you've been. And just because something is familiar doesn't mean it's meant for you. You can choose differently. You can choose peace, even if it feels strange at first. And one day, that peace will stop feeling foreign. It will stop feeling uncomfortable. And it will finally start to feel like home.